Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for our third tutorial of the Rainbird series software program. Today we're going to cover the Flow Manager option within the software. To get to the Flow Manager, we want to just select the compass up above here, go right down in the middle here, and it'll bring up your Flow Manager. I'm going to go over how to install a pump, being the first step of this part of the software. And to do so, it's as simple as pressing on the pump and selecting the area on the course where the pump belongs. So for this tutorial, we're just going to place it there. Up comes this screen. What we need to do now is just give our pump a name. So for this one, we're going to call it pump number 2. Perfect. We're also going to need to know the capacity as to what the pump delivers. And for this instance, we're going to use 1200 GPM. Once that's in place, we just select OK, and we have our pump now installed.
Okay, for our next step here, we're gonna install a branch off of our main line. So first thing you want to do is click this Add Branch button, highlight your pump until it turns blue, and for this one we're just going to take it to the middle of the fairway. So then you click on the fairway. Branch name, you're going to want to start off with the size of the pipe. So our main lines are 10 inch, and to figure that out, we are going to go to this pipe size chart. We're using HDP DR11 pipe, and at 10 inch, you're going to want to find the most gallons per minute you can use without going over 5 feet per second. So any of these black boxes are when your pipe is going to exceed 5 feet per second. So for 10 inch, we're going to come back across here, and we can see that the most we can use is 900 gallons per minute. So going back to this, we're going to write in 10 inch and north, because that's where we are on the course. And then since it is our fairway number 3, you're going to write in 3 fairway. And then from that graph that we just looked at, we can type in our capacity at 900 gallons per minute. Apply that. Enter. Okay, so now you can see that we have a main line that is running to that fairway.
So as you can see, we removed the pump and the main line that we added previously, and the reason for that is they're not in the as-built of the golf course. So we're going to go ahead and pull that up. So this is where the pump was that we've installed, and as you can see, there's obviously nothing there. So going back to Rainbird, this is our pump station's now here with our main line, and that follows what the as-built has. So our pump's up here, and our main line comes down and around. So we're going to work on hole 4, and we're going to install the flow zones for hole 4, and we have 2 flow zones. One for the fairway, the green, the approach, everything other than the tees, and one for the tees. All right, so going back to Rainbird, we're going to add our 2 flow zones, and to add a flow zone, you're going to go add flow zone, pick the branch that you want to add the flow zone to, and then click the area the flow zone's in. So then we need a flow zone name, and this one we're going to call it number 4 greens, approaches, surrounds, perimeters, and rough. And the capacity, to get the capacity, once again, we have to go back to looking at our as-built. So we know it's a loop, and it's 2 3-inch lines. And if we look at our chart, we know that the 3-inch line is capable of 90 gallons per minute, and because we have 2, we will put 180 into this box. So we can just go OK, and our flow zone was added to the map. Now to add the sprinklers to it, you click the flow zone, which is in our tree. I don't think I can right click on here. Okay, and assign stations. Pick the hole you're working with, and we're working with hole 4. So we want to add the approach, and you can just add them all with the add all, or if you only want to add certain stations, use the add. So we're going to add all the approach, all the fairway, all the greens, all the perimeters, all the roughs, and all the surrounds.
Didn't get that.
And just go OK. Now all of those stations are added to that flow zone, and that can be seen right here. And you would do the same thing for the tees. So just go flow zone, pick the branch you're adding it to, the area, which is the tees. So flow zone name, we can call it number 4 tees. And looking at the as-built, we only have one branch coming off, and it's a 3-inch, so we know it's 90 gallons per minute. Push OK. Right-click the flow zone on the computer, add stations, and same thing. Hole 4, tees, add all stations. And there you go. That's how you add flow zones to your flow manager.
All right, I'm here to talk about run stations, and not the run station I just did at that boot camp. I'm talking about irrigation, Rainbird. Here we go. So when you want to run your sprinklers, you have to exit out of the flow manager itself and go into the course monitor map. Up here, come down to course monitor. Now that we're in here, I'm just going to try to start some sprinklers. You do that by hitting the area you want to run, and this menu pops up. So we're on the tees, and I'm just going to go select all. So all of the sprinkler stations are selected. I'm going to give it 1 minute of runtime. So as you can see, only 2 of the heads actually turned on. Now this is simply because, as we saw, the 3-inch pipe only allows 90 gallons per minute through it. And so the flow manager does exactly what it sounds like. It manages the flow. So when even though we asked all of these sprinklers to turn on, only 2 of them can, due to the limit on the gallons per minute that the flow manager is putting on the system. As we can see, it's already heading up to the next section, and it'll do that as it goes forward. Now, if we try starting the green, that's on a different outflow pipe than the tees. We'll go up to 1 minute. We'll select all. We'll start it and hit OK. As you can see, that's a loop system. So it's 90 gallons per minute on both sides, and so because of that, it can handle all of the sprinkler heads in the one system. It combines to create 180 gallons per minute allowance in that system. So that's how you turn on the stations, and that's how you run the station. All right, and so now that we know how to run the system from the control screen, we're going to exit out of this, still in the Rainbird series, and we're going to come to the monitor chart. Now this is where it displays all of the heads that are running. Red is running, and you can see some as well. We don't have any in the queue now, but when they're in the queue, you'll be able to notice that as well in this place. So if you're ever curious and you're looking at the map and you're going, I'm not quite sure where the heads are running, you can come here and see which ones are going to run, which ones are running. So being able to use this tool as well as the map, being able to start the heads from there, really is the benefit of the flow manager on the Rainbird series software. So the flow manager is a fantastic tool to give you control of your management by managing the efficiency of the system, as well as giving you a nice overview look of what's actually going on the golf course and what will be going on the golf course. The flow manager helps you avoid situations where you have low PSI by making sure that the amount of flow through the pipes is acceptable for the pipes. If they can't handle it, the flow manager will treat this as a leak in the system and will automatically shut down the pump, and it'll keep the system running well, running smoothly, and will help you avoid leaks and inefficiencies on your golf course. Thank you for watching our instructional video. Hope that you have a wonderful day.